Oh, hold on. God damn it. This fucking. Why are you popping up? I don't care about you. Shit. Yeah, sorry. You guys got to deal with the fucking. Oh, there we go. That was weird. Yeah, sorry about my fucking Discord popping up like that. That was just weird as hell. But we're gonna leave that in there. I don't care. I know I missed a couple of weeks of football, but there's no reason really for me to go back and recap all of those games that I missed. Might as well just continue to do it from right here, recapping week 9 and talking about week 10. Now we're midway through the season. Let's talk about it. So the Jets got back on their they finally stopped their losing streak and they beat the Texans 21 to 13. I think it's like the second time they scored 20 points in a game. So good for them. And honestly, they've been very disappointing just because that I mean not really disappointing, but I thought they would have better. I thought they would have a better record. I didn't think they'd fire Robert Saleh. There's a lot. The whole New York, the Jets are just done nothing but a fucking shit show. And it's embarrassing. It should be more embarrassing for the Houston Texans because they fucking lost that team. Their offensive line, from what I've seen in that game on Halloween, was fucking terrible. Their offensive line is absolute dog shit. Like how? And I don't think they traded away a defensive lineman at the last, like the last minute to San Francisco. Um, yeah, they need to improve their offensive line like badly. Stephon Diggs is done for the year. I think Nico comes. I think Nico. I know Nico Collins is hurt. I don't know. I think he comes back this week. I don't know for sure. That's something I'll have to check. But correct me if I'm wrong. But I believe Nico Collins comes back. But anyway, Jets. Maybe this is the start of something for the Jets. I highly doubt it, but we'll see. And meanwhile, Atlanta beats the Dallas Cowboys 27 to 21. And ho ho boy, boy, boy. Do I love it when the Dallas Cowboys are down. When they're down, I love just taking a fat fucking dump on them. This is great. I don't care how bad they look. I know my Eagles play them next week, but we're gonna talk about that matchup in a second. But Dallas is down, and they're down pretty fucking bad. They didn't have their two star defensive players, Lawrence and Parsons, in this game. CD Lamb strained his shoulder. It was like an AC sprain, I believe, but he should be playing next week. But the biggest news of them all, Dak Prescott. Most likely he's going to be out for at least 4 games. He's going to be put on the IR. Sorry, I got fucking hair in my mouth. Sorry. Most likely he's going to be put on IR for the next 4 weeks. And they're 3-5. So basically what this means is they're quitting. The Cowboys are they're fucking quitting. Dude, what the fuck? There we go. One fucking hair is annoying the hell out of me. Sorry. The Cowboys are basically just quitting this year if Prescott goes on IR because Jerry said they're most likely going to put him on IR and so that just means they're quitting. Yeah, they got what's his name, Jonathan Mingo from the Panthers, but that doesn't mean a lot. Doesn't really help them out this year. They're old everywhere. The offensive line is not that great. Their defense is aged up. Mike Zimmer's defense has been terrible all year except for one game. And that was the first game against the Cleveland Browns. So after this year, it looks like Mike McCarthy will not be coaching the Cowboys. Mike Zimmer, the whole staff's gonna be gone. So this is this is insane, and I love it. I love it when the Cowboys are down, and I hate when people say, "Oh, football's better. The NFL's better when the Cowboys are great." No, it's not. I love this because it doesn't matter how good or how bad the Dallas Cowboys are. We're always gonna talk about them, and I would rather much talk about them when they're fucking terrible, like they are right now. So I can't wait to talk about give you my thoughts for the next week's game against them. Cause my birds are facing them. Ravens crushed the Denver Broncos 41 to 10. Not a surprise there. Lamar Jackson is out of this fucking planet right now. He's out of this world. He's the front runner for the MVP again. He's about to win his 3rd MVP without winning a Super Bowl, which would be insane to me. A player winning 3 MVPs and not winning 1 Super Bowl. Because I believe, let me think. Yeah, Peyton Manning won 2. Peyton Manning won 2 MVPs before winning a Super Bowl, but winning 3 before winning a Super Bowl? I don't know who's ever done that. There's got to be at least one quarterback who's won 3 MVPs and not a Super Bowl. I can't think of it off the top of my head. I think did Elway win? I know he won one MVP. I don't know how many MVPs John Elway won, but that's something I have to look up another time. But yeah, the Ravens are kicking ass. The Broncos are who we thought they were. Like they looked good against the bad teams, and they're not playing that great against the good teams. So Broncos are just average at this point. Even though Bo Nix is looking better and better each week, but he didn't look that great this week. I mean, obviously he's a rookie. You give him a little more grace, but and that's like the second time that the Ravens defense actually did a good job. But their defense is still very concerning. Like if you're a Ravens fan, like that's the one thing you're concerned about is their defense, and that's unfortunate because that's their trademark. Throughout the history of the Baltimore Ravens, their defense has been their fucking trademark, and they have not been good at all this year. Literally one of the worst pass defenses in the league. I think the worst. But those numbers might jump up a little bit after this week. But overall, this game and like the Bills game were the only games that actually they did really well. But the Ravens are still a contender in the AFC. They're always gonna be a contender with Lamar Jackson at quarterback. And they also got Tre'Davious White and another receiver, Deontay Johnson. So they made a couple of moves at the trade deadline. So they're still gonna be in contention. They're still gonna be in the running. The Bills beat the Dolphins 30-27 in a really close game. For whatever reason, the Dolphins just can't beat the Bills. Even with Tua in there, the Dolphins looked a lot better. Their defense looked a lot better, except for like that one really bad play where the running back got like a 70-yard touchdown, blew a coverage. But other than that, the defense looked okay. Josh Allen's still Josh Allen. He's gotten so much better when he doesn't turn the football over. And that's really the storyline this year for the Bills. Josh Allen is carrying the team on his back, and he's not turning the football over. And Amari Cooper helps. I mean, even though he didn't play this week, but Amari Cooper definitely helps you out. As a receiver, they definitely needed to get because out of that Ravens game, they definitely needed a true wide receiver one, and then they fucking made it happen. Panthers with the biggest upset, beating the New Orleans Saints for the second time, for the second win of the season, 23-22. And because the Carolina Panthers beat the New Orleans Saints, they fired their head coach, Dennis Allen, and they traded away Marshawn Lattimore, who is still a really good cornerback, to the Washington Commanders, unfortunately, which really is a pain in the... I mean, listen. I'm not worried about him against my A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith, but it's still in my division. He's still a good corner, and I just don't want to face him. Like, the Commanders are in a win-now mode, but we'll talk about... the Commanders are soon. We'll talk about them soon, but anyway. Saints are in all chaos mode. Panthers are in chaos mode. These two teams are going to suck for a while. It's going to be years until they're fucking at least 500 again. So who knows when that's going to happen. That's really all you need to say about these two teams. But Bengals crushed the Raiders 41-24. Now the one question is, are they coming back? Can they come back from their devastating start? Losing to New England at the beginning of the year definitely doesn't help them out. But they're trending in the right direction. Their defense has not been great all year. But obviously winning this game definitely helps them out a lot. And they play the Ravens. They play the Ravens actually tomorrow night. So that'll be a fun game to analyze. It'll be a fun game to watch. They almost beat them the first time around. They should have won that first game, but Joe Burrow turned the ball over, so they need that. They just need Joe Burrow to play a clean game, even though I believe he's leading the league in touchdowns. I don't remember. I know he was at one point. I don't know if he is now. I just don't feel like looking up the stats right now. Chargers beat the Browns 27-10. Not surprising. Browns stink. And Chargers they're doing with their defense. It's so funny to me that with Brandon Staley, they were one of the worst defenses in the league last year. And now with Jim Harbaugh at the helm, they're one of the better defenses in the league. I don't remember exactly where they're ranked, but I know they're top 5. The top 5 or top 10 like scoring defense. They're definitely up there. That's just a testament to coaching and the culture building. Like Jim Harbaugh is a great culture builder. No matter where he's gone, he's always won. He's always built culture. So good testament to them. Justin Herbert is doing his thing. Like he's not doing as much as he normally does. He doesn't have like the 5,000 yards and 30 touchdowns. But they're running the football. J.K. Dobbins is having a great year. And they're winning with defense. And Justin Herbert doesn't do a lot. So that's what you want for your starting quarterback. You don't want him to do everything for you. even though you're paying him $50+ million a year. But that's a whole other argument. That's a whole other debate. And the Washington Commanders 27 beat the Giants 22. So obviously I wouldn't say the most surprising team because we expected a lot of us expected the Washington Commanders to be better. But I definitely did expect them to be leading the NFC East at this point halfway through the year. I thought they'd be like second place, maybe third place behind Dallas, but just goes to show that Jane Daniels is looking great in this offense. Cliff Kingsbury was a great fucking hire for offensive coordinator, and Dan Quinn certainly knows what he's doing as a head coach there. And meanwhile, the Giants are just in disarray. They let Saquon go. They're 2-7, and the whole staff's about to probably get fired. Dayball's probably losing this job. Daniel Jones is going to be coach. The GM's going to lose his job. I mean, that's what I would do if I was the owner of the Giants. If I was Wellington Mara, I would fucking let everybody go. They're all fucking fired. They're all done. Because you need to start over all. You got to start all over again. This whole thing is just garbage. The Giants are fucking garbage right now, and I love it. I love that the Giants are garbage. Anyway, Titans. They beat the Patriots in overtime, 2017. Second win of the year. Mason Rudolph. I mean, not really much to say about these two teams because they're not really in anything. Patriots obviously rebuilding, but Drake May is looking good. He got the game time touchdown. Lasted 15 seconds on that last play, so good for Drake May. He's definitely starting to improve as a quarterback, which is a good thing for New England. The hope that you need to have for New England is that they keep the same offensive coordinator, that he doesn't change to another team or put in another scheme because they'll just fuck him up like they did with Mac Jones. I mean, I think Mayo understands that, but we'll see. And Titans and not really much to say about the Titans. They kind of disappointing, because I thought the AFC South would be a much more competitive division. I thought both Titans and Jaguars would be better teams, but clearly I was wrong. The Texans are basically running away with the division, and the Colts can probably catch up to them, but doesn't seem like it right now. But we'll get to the Colts later. Cardinals crushed the Bears 29-9. I didn't think the Cardinals would be leading the NFC West by now. They're up by, I believe, a game and a half. Hold on, let me see something. Let's look at division leaders. Let's look at the playoff picture. That's predictions. Let's see. Where is it? Not games. Not watch. Where is it? News. Teams. Oh, here we go. Playoff picture. All right, good. They're both on the same. They're both on the same page. All right, so I know this should have been done later, but fuck it, we're gonna do it right now. Speaking of the playoff pictures, Lions and Chiefs first place. Bills, Commanders second. Falcons, Steelers in third. I guess Steelers have that half game lead over the Ravens. Texans and Cardinals in fourth place. Let's see, because of our win. Vikings move up a spot because of their win. Eagles move up a spot because of their win, and the Packers drop 2 spots because of their loss. Ravens and Chargers move up 1 spot. Broncos drop 2 spots because of the loss of their 7th seed. Colts and Bears on the outside now. Niners on the outside. Bengals on the outside. Rams and Jets. Titans, Bucks, Dolphins, Seahawks. It's crazy that there's a lot of 2-6, 3-6 teams right now. When it comes to the NFC, I would say up to the 12th seed, you still have the Seahawks still have a chance to make it, but we'll talk about that more in depth later. My Birds, my Eagles, we did it. I'm very mixed on my Eagles right now because we should have crushed the Jags. We should have kicked their ass like we kicked Cincinnati's ass, like we kicked the Giants' ass. But at the same time, a win's a win. And Sidney Brown coming back, forcing that fumble and scoring a touchdown in the first quarter, finally. Great start. We were up 17-0 at the beginning of the game. Well, should have been 17-0, but the players made this game. We won because of our players. Sirianni needs to learn to take the fucking points, and that's what's pissing me off. That's all I want for him. I want for him to take the fucking points. Kick the extra point. Kick the field. If we don't make it on 4th down, if it's 4th and 4, don't go for it. Kick the field goal. Don't kick the field goal when he's out 50-plus yards. Because apparently Jake Elliott hasn't made anything from 50-plus yards this year. And it sucks because he's one of the better kickers in the league. But he's not this year. Just take the fucking points because we should have won this game. It should be like 35 to fucking 13 or something like that. But no, we got too cute and let the Jags come back. Although the fumble is not our fault. That fumble should have been overturned. Because the fucking player tripped him up, caused him to fall on the ground, and the ground cannot cause a fumble. What happened to that ruling? What happened to the ruling the ground cannot cause a fumble? Because that's what happened. He fell on the ground and the ball fell out. I don't know what happened to the ground cannot cause a fumble. I guess they threw it out the window because fuck the Eagles, right? But we won. I guess I should be happy, but at the same time, I want us to be able to crush the teams we're supposed to beat. Like the Jags, we should have crushed them. But anyway, Lions beat the Packers 24-14. They won on outside on the road in shitty weather, which is what which a lot of people were wanting to see. But the Lions are obviously the best team in the NFC. There's just at this midway point, there's no doubt about it. The Detroit Lions are the best team in the NFC. They are the class of the NFC. And if they keep playing the way they're playing at this point, the road will go through Detroit, which to my knowledge has never happened. 91, they had the second seed. I remember that. The year that the Commanders/Redskins won the Super Bowl. Detroit had to go to Washington for that game. So yeah, this will be the first time ever if the Lions get the number one seed of hosting playoff games throughout the entirety of their hosting the playoffs throughout the entire playoffs. Green Bay, I mean, yeah, Jordan Love's playing hurt, but he's not looking great. He's throwing an interception basically every single game. He needs to be better. Can't turn the football over the way Jordan Love's turned the football over, expecting to win. Now, this other game, moving on to this game, the Rams won in overtime. I was able to see the end of that game because Fox was cool enough to transfer it over. Yeah, Matt Stafford, when the Rams are a dangerous team, I think that they're going to be a team to be a problem. There's a good chance the Rams will come back and win the NFC West. I'm not saying that they will, but there's a good chance. They're down a game on the Cardinals, but they are 2-1 in the division-wise because they beat this. They just beat the Seahawks and they beat the Niners. Excuse me, the 49ers early in the year. So 4-4, everyone's healthy. The defense is young, but Jared Verse is looking like a dog. The other guy, Fisk, he's a dog. The corner, they got a lot of young and talented players on the defense. The offense is just full of veterans. They're a lot like the Eagles. The offense are full of veterans, and the defense, and most of the defense is very young. So I know we play the Rams soon. They're a little dangerous, but I still think record-wise we're better than them, but I still think we're better than them in general. Now, the Sunday night game, I watched a little bit of it. Vikings beat the Colts 21-13. Sloppy game on both sides. And I know we have the whole Anthony Richardson story, which, I mean, he's a kid. He's literally 21, I think 22 years old. Honestly, you shouldn't be tapping out as a quarterback in the NFL. But I hope he takes this as a learning lesson. That's all you need to do. That's all he needs to do is he needs to take it as a learning lesson. Hopefully he gets better from this and doesn't fucking pull that kind of shit again and gets more conditioned in the offseason. But anyway, that's my take on it. Colts didn't play a good game with him or without him, or with the Flacco in the starting lineup, so it doesn't really matter. Vikings finally got off their 2-game schneid. They beat a team that they're supposed to beat. So, and they're still a pretty dangerous threat in the NFC. Them and the Lions are the only two teams I'm really concerned about in the NFC. Everyone else, I'm confident the Eagles can beat, but at this point, right now, it's the Lions and Vikings. And Monday night, a lot of people were complaining about Todd Bowles not going for 2 after scoring the touchdown, so they didn't have to go to overtime. But I guess it's the main story. I mean, there's really no main story, but why the fuck are people still doing trades with the Chiefs? Why the fuck did the fucking Titans just take a conditional 5th for DeAndre Hopkins. Like, what the fuck? Because DeAndre Hopkins, this is the best quarterback he's ever been with. And now he's going to fucking go off. He might not go off stat-wise, but he's going to go off. And he's going to be the reason why they win the Super Bowl. He's the reason why they're going to fucking three-peat. I guarantee you. I know Mahomes won 3 MVPs in a row, but this Super Bowl coming up with the defense that they have, when a play needs to be made, it's going to be DeAndre Hopkins making that play. And DeAndre Hopkins will be winning the MVP of that Super Bowl. Super Bowl 50 MVP will be DeAndre Hopkins. I'm calling it right now. Like, unfortunately, I don't want to take the Chiefs over the field, but you have to take the Chiefs over the field. They haven't proven. I mean, yes, Detroit. I think Detroit has the best chance to knock off the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, but at this point, without them losing a game, and I know they looked kind of bad, but again, at this point, you got to take the Chiefs over everybody. Like, they know how to win. They've won multiple ways. They've done it for the longest time, and they're on a historic run. Like, this could, and most likely will be a three-peat, and it's going to be fucking sad to see. But anyway, let's go over next week's games that start tomorrow. Bengals at Ravens. The Bengals need this game in order to have a chance to make the playoffs. They were very close to beating the Ravens last time, but I know the Ravens' defense has been ass this year, but Joe Burrow has been known to make has been known to throw in the bad turnover that gives the other team the chance to win. So I'm going with the Ravens at home, and I'm expecting Lamar Jackson to go off once again, to have another kick-ass game, and continue his MVP run. Because to me, it's between Lamar Jackson and Jared Goff. Those are the two guys who should be the frontrunners for MVP. And then the other two guys who should definitely be considered, but they're not going to win because they're running backs, should be Saquon Barkley and Derrick Henry. Those are the other two guys who should be considered for MVP. But those two are going to be in competition with each other for Offensive Player of the Year. Anyway, so yeah. Next hot garbage game, Giants versus Panthers in Germany. Don't really care about this game that much. Not a lot of people are going to care, and I feel bad for the folks in Germany being punished with two terrible football teams. But I'm going to go with Bryce Young and the Panthers continuing their hot streak, even though they trade away another receiver. But, hey, it is what it is. Because fuck the Giants, I don't want them to win. That's my reason why, just because fuck the Giants. Patriots at Bears. The Bears looked absolutely terrible on the road, but they are playing at home this week. And Patriots still rebuilding. I'm going with the Bears. I think the Bears will bounce back. They'll get their head right. They'll be 5-4. Bills at Colts. I'm going with the Bills on the road. Josh Allen, he's another name to be considered for MVP without having any turnovers. So, yeah, I think it's going to be the Josh Allen show, and hopefully Amari Cooper comes back for them, and those two light it up. Even though the Colts defense they have a great defense, I don't trust the Colts offense with either Joe Flacco or Lamar Jackson. Jesus Christ. Joe Flacco or Anthony Richardson in that offense. Sorry. Vikings at Jags. I'm going to the Vikings. We almost gave away the game. The Eagles almost gave away the game to the Jags last week, and the Vikings don't play like that. So I'm going with the Vikings. They're going to win easily. Broncos at Chiefs. Chiefs at home. Broncos haven't really shown anything. I mean, yes, they have a top 5 defense, but that's not going to be enough to beat the Chiefs. I don't trust I'm going to take Patrick Mahomes over Bo Nix 20 times out of 10 times. So, yeah, I know what you mean. Falcons at Saints. Close game the last time, but let's face it, Saints suck this year. They fired their coach. They're going to be starting all over from scratch after next year, after this upcoming season. I'm going with the Falcons on the road. They should dominate the Saints, but it's a division game. You never know. Let's see this game. Niners at Bucks. Niners come off of a bye week. Buccaneers, even though they lost to the Chiefs, they looked okay. Godwin's out for the year. I don't know when Mike Evans is supposed to come back. I don't know if he's on the IR. I don't remember if he is or not. But we're gonna say I don't know. Even though Baker didn't have his receivers, he still looked really good. But I'm going with the Niners on the road. Especially off of a bye week. Christian McCaffrey is supposed to be coming back. That's going to help out the offense a lot. Maybe that will help them bounce back and compete for the NFC West, but because the NFC West is gonna be the most interesting division to watch. Steelers at Commanders. This is gonna be a great game to watch. Jeez, man. Steelers off of a bye week. Commanders are dominating at home. I think this is the week where the Steelers. I think this is the week where Jane Daniels looks human for the first time. Because even though in his 2 other losses, it wasn't really his fault that the other teams were just better, and I think the Steelers are just a better team. I think the defense will dominate that offense, and I think even with Marshawn Lattimore, I think the Steelers' offense can still be better. So I'm going with the Steelers on the road. I'm going with a lot of road dogs this week. That's actually kind of wild. Go Steelers on the road because fuck the Commanders too. Titans at Chargers. Go the Chargers at home. They should dominate. Chargers should absolutely dominate the shit out of the Tennessee Titans. Jets at Cardinals on the road. This is a toss-up because the Jets. I trust the Jets defense more than the Cardinals. I don't know. Like the Cardinals just play hard football. Like they're not that good of a team, defensive wise, like talent wise, like names. The only names you really know on that defense is Budda Baker. That's really it. And the offense, you have Kyler Murray, you got Marvin Harrison Jr., you got a couple of guys on the offense, but I don't know. I feel like this is a tough one. But I'm going with the Jets on the road. The Jets is gonna be, yeah, I'm just going with the Jets. It's not that I don't trust the Cardinals, but I think this is gonna be a really close game. I think this will be a very, very close game. Low key entertaining game. Now, we're on CBS this week? Shit, I didn't know that. That's actually kind of crazy. I thought we'd be on Fox. Because every time the Cowboys and Eagles play, they're 90% of the time we're either on prime time, either NBC or ESPN, or we're on Fox if we're during the day. But we're on CBS this time. This is really interesting. All right, anyway. So, here's my super duper breakdown of my team in this game. AJ Brown is questionable. He may play this game. Apparently, Devontae Smith hurt his hamstring. That's not good. Jordan Mailata has to be out for this week. He's still on IR, but this is the last game he has to be on IR for. I know Micah Parsons is coming back, and I believe DeMarcus Lawrence is coming back. So they'll have a little bit of a pass rush, but they still can't stop the run. So if the Eagles run the fucking football, if they give Saquon Barkley 30 fucking carries, they should dominate this game. And I'm not putting that we should fucking dominate this team. This Dallas Cowboy team is not that good. And I know it's a division game, and I know anything can fucking happen in a division game, but the fucking Cowboys are not good this year. Our defense should dominate their offense, and our running game should dominate that fucking defense. We should whoop that ass. I'm saying should. Because because even though I'm a fan, and I obviously want my Birds to win, I still don't fully trust in them yet. I know it's halfway through the year, and I should trust them, but I know last week we looked really good, except with the exception of the fucking Sirianni not going for taking the goddamn points. I hope he learned his fucking lesson. He needs to take the fucking points, because if he does not take the points, we're not winning this game. And it's going to be some crazy deranged miracle that the Cowboys beat us, but it's not even going to be that the Cowboys beat us. It's more like that we let them win. Like the Eagles lose this game. That's the only way Dallas wins. So we just need to be dominant. We need to control the fucking ball, control time of possession, and do not turn the fucking ball over, which Jalen Hurts has done a great job of it ever since the bye week. So I'm going with my Eagles, and we should dominate this fucking team. If we don't, I'm going to rip my goddamn hair out. It's going to be so fucking angry. Oh my god. Even when my team is good, they still piss me off. Like, this is why being a Philadelphia fan is so hard. Like, we should dominate. Like I said, we should kick their ass, but it's not going to happen. We're going to barely win. We're going to win this game by a field goal. I know that's what's going to happen. Anyway, Sunday night, Lions are at the Texans. Texans are debuting New Jerseys, going all red with their helmets and unis. But the Lions are still the best team in the NFC. There's still the best chance to make the Super Bowl. I'm going with the Detroit Lions on the road. I'm going with a lot of road teams this week. Holy shit. I'm with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 8. I'm with 8 of the road teams this week. That's actually kind of wild. But anyway. Last but not least, the Monday night game, Dolphins at Rams. Rams should dominate this game. Rams should beat them with no problem because defense is up and rising. Still have questions about Tua in the offense. Even though they looked better last week, they still can't trust Tua with his injury history. So Stafford's the better quarterback. So I'm going with the LA Rams in this week, and they are going to make a comeback. They're going to have a resurgence and probably they're going to cause a ruckus in the NFC West. Speaking of, so let's go to the playoff picture. How are the 49ers ahead of the Rams? They have the better division record, and they have the better head-to-head. They beat them. The Rams beat the Niners, and they have a better division record. That doesn't make sense to me. And I don't know why we don't have the better. I mean, I guess, does it really matter? I'm trying to think. Hold on. Yeah, because the Vikings lost to the Lions and the Rams. So we should be up by 1. Because, I mean, I know we both lost to Atlanta and Tampa Bay, but fuck, dude. I don't know how this shit. I don't know how this. Here, let's look at this tie. They have it right here. Hold on. Tie-breaking procedures. Let's see. 2 clubs head-to-head. Best one. Oh, is that a strength and victory? Strength of schedule? Shit. Whatever. Let's go back to it. Let's go to the playoff picture. So right now, the Cardinals are in the lead of the NFC West. What is the possibility of them actually winning it, though? I mean, I feel like it's a pretty good chance, but at the same time, I don't know. They're still very unknown right now. I feel like I thought they were going to be a better team this year. But I didn't think they'd be leading the division by this time. But the Rams are healthy. And I think the Rams will come back and win this division. I think the Rams will be the NFC West winners. I still expect my Eagles to surge through and win the NFC East, with the Commanders in the wild card round. Commanders, Packers, and Vikings are going to be the wild card teams. I was wrong about Atlanta because I thought they were overhyped. Everyone thought, "Oh, Kirk Cousins signing. Oh, they're going to win the South. They'll make it win the South." Clearly, I was wrong. I should have just taken what they said because I thought the Buccaneers were still the better team. But their defense plays like fucking garbage, even though Todd Bowles is calling the defensive plays. Anyway, so that's enough out of the NFC. Now the AFC. Midway through, I still expect the Chiefs to be the first. I still expect the Chiefs to have home field. I expect the Bills to be winning. I expect the Bills to win the division. I don't know where they're going to see that. Steelers and Ravens. I expect the Ravens to win the division, but the Steelers are still going to be in the playoffs. Texans still have the best chance to win the AFC South. And whoever, I guess, second place in AFC North is going to be playing the Texans. Chargers, I still expect them to make the playoffs. Denver, I don't. So the real question is, at this point, who is going to be the last team in the AFC? Colts have a chance. I don't know how good of a chance, but if the Bengals win, I think they could be the 7th seed. Jets still have a chance to make a comeback. Yeah, because from the on the AFC side of things, Jets up. So it's really a 3-team race between the Colts, Bengals, and Jets, and Broncos for that last seed. Because I expect these 6 teams to make the playoffs. And when it comes to the NFC, I basically expect, and from now, I expect all these teams to make the playoffs with the exception of the Cardinals. Because the NFC West is wide open. The Niners could go on a tear. The Rams can go on a tear. And now the only question would be whoever wins the division and what the seeding would be. Because we got to worry about because unfortunately we have to worry about the Commanders right now. We need to focus on Dallas. We need to beat Dallas, and then we have a short week. We got to beat the Commanders. If we win these 2 games, if we're 8-2, and if the Commanders end up being 7-4, that's such a big help for us. That's so huge. So I would like us to lead the division for the first time in ever, I think. But anyway, that's enough for the playoff picture. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you all next week. Peace out.